Ahora por
Bueno, nos vemos. Pongamos cara de ánimo, cara de... Ah, ya estamos en el aire.
al aire.
Ya. Hi.
Estamos?
Estamos al aire.
Yeah. Hey,
Hi.
how's it going?
How are you?
Good evening. Welcome once again to a new stream of Causa.
Yes.
Quite a while.
We're still inviting people to join.
It's a bit laggy. Is the lag fixed? I'm pretty sure we fixed it, but I would like some feedback. Yeah, good call. Just kind of scooch this back a little bit. There we go. And maybe turn it. There we go. That's
Hi.
good.
Yay, it's
Yeah, it's fine.
now.
Awesome.
Hi,
Great.
Neon Angel. How is it going?
Thank you. All right, I think we are set up. So, welcome back once again to a new stream of Causa. This is a very, very special, but bit bittersweet because this is the last stream that we will have with the beta live. As of tonight at 11:59 p.m. local Chilean time, the beta will be closed.
Hi, Dragon Rider.
And it's Dragon Red.
How
Hey,
is
how's
it
it going?
going?
Yeah, so it's a bit bittersweet for us because, you know, it's been a great beta, and we really have had a lot of good feedback and, you know, great reactions from all players all over the place. And it's great. It really is great to have all these people playing our game and having fun with it. And it's kind of sad to have to say, you know, hey, the beta is now over, so you can't keep playing. But it's for good reasons. For good reasons. First and foremost is that now we will go dive headfirst into not only fixing all of the bugs that were found during the beta period, as well as balancing some very overpowered decks.
Yes, but very important that today
beta period, as well as balance.
we want to give a special thanks to all players that have joined us. We have some technical issues here with the speakers.
There we go.
And during the last week we had like a big peak of players participating in the beta.
Yeah.
Today, how many?
52 concurrent players, I think it was.
Yes.
That was incredible.
Like
New record for us. 52 concurrent players. That was
55.
55.
Yes.
55.
Yes.
So yeah, it really has been going great. But we do need to put this to a close, because now we will be able to focus on not only fixing a bunch of bugs, but also developing the new features that we're still missing, mainly the market and the campaign mode, which, you know, we've already got all the road work planned out. We've set some solid goals, and we know the way it's going to work. So kind of excited to get started working on that.
Yes, and during the last week we had some very nice moments and highlights. I think one of the most exciting things was to see Dragon Rider try the game for the first time.
That was fun.
During the weekend, Dragon Rider you streamed such like a large amount of hours.
Right, I guess, yeah.
It was
understood.
amazing. I remember, I think on Saturday we had over 7 hours of stream. You started with the Hearthstone new expansion, I think, and then playing Causa. And for us, it's really amazing. Like it's already nice to have players hanging out on the Discord and trying the game, but when we see streamers trying the game, it's a whole different experience because we can see the reaction live. Like they try the tutorial and they get excited about the new mechanics in the game, and they react. So it's really exciting for us after being focusing in the development for 3 years. Mm-hmm. Now it's like a big change to get all these feedback, comments, and reactions. 9 hours total.
9 hours total. Wow. Yeah, that's a hell of a stream. You don't want to stop playing. Yeah, I understand. I completely understand. However, we do have some good news, and that is that despite the fact that the closed beta is coming to an end, we will have mini betas coming up soonish. So I don't know, Maureen, if you would like to explain how that's gonna work.
Oh yes, we've been like trying to find out the way to keep the community involved in the development. So we are thinking about different ways, and one of the main of them will be to have a limited time demos. We already mentioned something about that, but in general terms, it's that we will have these short-term events where you will be able to enter the game again with the same account. We are wiping out the progress in the game probably, but you will be able to enter again on Steam and try the game for a whole weekend and get the grasp of specific contents and features that we will be testing.
Right. So the way that's going to be working is we're going to have specific features that we're going to be adding into the game, and we'll have a small weekend of beta just specifically to try out those new features. And it's great because we've noticed during this time of beta that we get the most feedback and the most value out of special concentrated days on where we dedicate ourselves absolutely to sharing the game and having streams, for example. So remember the streamer day that we did the other time? That was great because it was like condensed a whole experience of beta testing, but in the span of just one day. So that worked out really well, and we realized that is the way of getting the feedback. So we kind of want to have that as well as having the new features being tested.
Yes, and also about the streaming event, on these limited time demos, we plan, of course, to give special visibility to the streamers that have been participating in this early period. So we will be inviting you all, Dragon Rider, Wild Speaker, Eolis, and everyone else that has already tried the game. So you will have exclusive access, and we plan to highlight you on our upcoming newsletters. We are very glad to announce that we are about to get over 6,000 subscribers. So for each streaming event, we send a big newsletter with a special feature of streamers. Also, during this week, we got the idea through the Discord of adding other kind of giveaways for streamers. So apart from the beta keys, we will be eventually including codes for card packs and other in-game items.
Right.
And yes, Freaky Upstream is asking if other streamers will be able to join during that special streaming event. Yes.
Absolutely. The more the merrier, right?
Yes, and we have streamers from both Spanish and English-speaking countries, and during these last few weeks, we even had some streamers from Poland, and also Fafal, I think it's Polish streamer, and also it wasn't a live stream, but a video, like a Let's Play video from France, like a French media outlet. So it's very nice to welcome streamers from different parts of the world. And Freaky Up, of course. Please, if you haven't joined the Discord yet, please do. We have a special role for streamers. So as soon as you make any material or content about the game, we are happy to give you this special role that highlights you as a streamer. I also a ver. No, I don't remember.
We do want to, if we're done with the whole streaming bit, I do want to have a big shout out for Wild Speaker. He's probably in the chat right now. I see him right there. Big shout out to Wild Speaker. He's been helping us out with the blog entries. In fact, the latest entry was written by Wild Speaker himself. In fact, if I could just click this, I've been trying. It doesn't work. I'm not sure why. But if you hop onto our website, you will be able to see the Wild Speaker blog post here, and where he's speaking about the powers and archetypes in deck building. So the way Causa works is set up into 4 main powers, and that's the way the world works. It's just kind of divide itself into different powers. And these powers are glory, wealth, influence, and spirit. And yeah, the link works. Yes, I know it works. It's just I can't get it to work on stream.
Yes, apparently we have some issues setting up the OBS streaming labs.
Yeah, it's kind of iffy to get this thing to work. So I'm not sure if I can actually.
Thank you, Dragon Rider. You are very cute too.
Well, anyways, what the post is talking about is how the different archetypes within these powers work within the game. So each power has 3 archetypes. So for glory, you've got laborers, warriors, and survivors, right? So warriors, for example, they would have a very aggressive kind of mindset where they just kind of want to punch the opponent in the face and win by that means. And they've got really good stats for what they have. Laborers, for example, are a bit more of a defensive kind of focus, and they want to try and generate different support cards that might help you out. Whereas survivors will be more resilient kind of characters, and they will be trying to attack your opponent indirectly, so they will try to go for their deck instead of their face, you know? And so on and so forth for the different powers. I don't know if we want me to get into that, or we have more time for that.
Yes.
Yeah, oh, good. So, that's for glory. For wealth, you've got the aristocrats. So the way aristocrats work is kind of a tongue twister. The way the aristocrat works is that they get benefit from having a lot of cards in your hands. You know, they get their big inheritance. They've got all this money, and the money is their power is come from money, and the money is represented with the cards in your hand. So at the start of the game, it might be a bit difficult to just kind of sacrifice playing cards instead of holding on to them. But as the game drags on, you'll get more and more value out of those aristocrat cards. Mercenaries are really good value cards. They'll have really good stats for really low levels, but they have the downside is that you must pay for their services. So whenever you play a mercenary, you will discard cards from your deck. And finally, you've got the traders in wealth. Traders are all about card flow, of drawing cards and of discarding cards and recovering cards and just moving cards around, which is kind of what trader does, right? It's just move money around. And they work really well with supports as well. They have a bunch of way of playing with supports. It's like every time you play a support, you draw a card. Stuff like Sneaky Beaky deck. If you've missed the previous streams, I've showed it off, and it's working so well. The Sneaky Beaky deck is Sneaky Beaky deck. If you've missed the previous streams, I've showed it off, and it's working so well. The Sneaky Beaky deck is focused on rogues. Rogues is the aggressive archetype of the influence, and rogues they deal damage. They don't deal much damage, but they are all focused on hitting your opponent. But the advantage of rogues is that they do so in indirect kind of fashion, or a sneaky rather fashion. So they'll have a skill such as furtive, which allows them to go past the vigilance of your opponent, or just kind of poison. They've got the lethal skills as well, and they can just take out an opponent immediately. What's up?
I'm Vision.
I'm Vision.
Join us. Hi, I'm Vision. How are you? Let us know what is your favorite archetype in the game. We are discussing the latest article by Wild Speaker and Dragon Rider, not just me. What?
No, me too. I feel like I'm missing
happening?
something.
Yes. And well, just for a little context, this is the second article by Wild Speaker, so
That's right.
we are very grateful for his help. He's one of the most experienced players in the closed beta of
Yeah.
Play Causa, and he's even an alpha tester. We have a
Right.
team of alpha testers.
Actually, I think prototype tester, right?
Yeah, yes.
He's been with us for so long, so yeah, Wild Speaker is the man to speak to if you want to know about Causa. So where was I? I was talking about the influence power and
Yeah.
saying, well, I mentioned the rogues, which is the one I like to use. But there are also the schemers. So schemers are all about that indirect damage. They'll have a bunch of cards that allow you to discard cards from your opponents, or have them discard cards from their hand, or just kind of mess with their strategy in general. Schemers. Mess with you. And finally, we've got the intellectuals. I tried an intellectual deck once and I failed miserably. I'm not sure I'm smart enough to use it, but the way the intellectual deck works is that you have these more resistant focus kind of characters, the intellectuals. They don't have a lot of attack, but they do take a bit of a beating, and they have the benefit of when they come in or are played, they usually invoke manuscripts. So manuscripts is a very specific support that allows you to play more cards per turn. So intellectuals, if you're smart enough and you get enough of these play more cards per turn, you can make incredible combos by playing a lot of cards in one turn. Which, it's a challenge. I haven't got that to work just yet. I think I'll try it again later. But that's the way the intellectuals would work. So I've mentioned glory, I've mentioned wealth, I've mentioned influence. I only need spirit right now. And spirit, it used to be my favorite until they balanced it. Spirit has 3 archetypes as well, just like the other ones. Spirit's archetypes are priests, witches, and mentalists. So priests are all about healing, right? So priests, they don't have a lot of attack, but they do have a lot of recovery. So you usually want to be trading with priests because you can just heal them back up if they're damaged. Witches or warlocks, they do have a lot of damage. They can pull out a lot of damage at the price of hurting you or being hurt themselves. They get stronger as they are injured. So if you're clever, you can have some really good combos with witches and priests, where the witches go in and deal damage to everyone, including yourself. But then the priests come back in and then heal you back up, so only your opponent's damaged. And then there are the mentalists. The mentalists are all about meditation and Zen, self-control kind of things. And they get a lot of bonuses from being in solitary, such as getting protection or getting reach or getting really good skills, as long as they're alone and able to meditate in peace.
Yes, I wanted to mention that there's a very important part in the creative process of Causa, in which we try to have a harmony between the narrative part of the game, like the name of the archetypes, the type of characters you'll find, and their abilities. And this is how we've been creating and working on the different types of strategies, and also the different abilities, keywords, and everything else. How you
I I didn't get it. Honestly, I just didn't get it.
Yeah, so we in the team we had some special design sessions with Nico, Gabriel, Boris, and I don't remember who participated in the sessions we had during the last year. So we already had the design of the main mechanics in the game, but then we wanted to create each specific ability and the different stats of the cards. So if you find Warlock, everything that this character does makes sense in the whole universe of the game. So we have I think 17 viewers at the moment.
Wow.
So thank you so much for joining us today. We are talking about the end of the closed beta. We've been in the closed beta for over 2 months now. We extended it one time because of the good reception and all the feedback and all the comments that have helped us a lot in improving the game. We are analyzing all the data from the cards that you are using, the decks you are building. We will also come back in the next few weeks with some reports on how many players tried the game for how many hours, and some interesting data, so you can also learn about how did everything go in case you are game developers or are interested in learning on the closed beta process. It's our first time, well, this is our first game in development.
Yep.
And a collectible card game is a very difficult type of game.
Yep. As our lead designer says, if you're looking into game development, don't start with a card game.
Yes, there's a very big challenge just in designing the different types of cards, strategies, and making it all balanced. So there's no one strategy overcoming all others.
Right.
I'm not sure if you think that there's a strategy that was more powerful than others. Let us know. We really want to know what's your idea on this.
Personally, I did find one that was stronger than the others. I didn't want to play it on stream because it's just ridiculously overpowered and I didn't want everyone playing with it. But if you look into wealth, there's a certain combination of cards that allow you to make a 20, maybe 30 damaging combo in one turn. So that's in turn 4. You just kind of, wealth. Wealth speaker knows it. It's just wealth. You just kind of have these cards, you have a bunch of card draws, and you just wait until you get these 4 specific cards in your hand, and then you just win. But yeah, aside from that, I feel like the rest were kind of balanced, and I didn't want to ruin the beta experience by sharing my wealth deck. In fact, I called it the OP Please Nerf deck, which will get nerfed, do not worry. But balance is always a big challenge, and this is why we do betas, just specifically to be able to find these kind of cards and combinations. And we've got really good feedback so far. So we already know which way the balance will be working towards, and basically we've got our work cut out for us, but the road is clear.
Which is the road?
The road is forward. Go forward. We know exactly what we need to do. We just got to do it now. We've got to finish the market. We've got to finish the campaign. We've got to balance the cards. We've got to add a bit of lore to the leaders and the cards and finish up that. A bunch of spelling mistakes as well, which have been very helpful during the streams. I find all these streamers, some of them who are really good at grammar, not as someone like me, but it's good to have people helping us out.
Well, Dragon Rider says, I should play a lot today then. I'm going to get near the hours that Wild Speaker has. How many hours does Wild Speaker have?
Like infinity. Oh God, he never stops playing.
Yay, we love you both.
Absolutely.
So no worries. And we understand you only started playing like less than a week ago, Dragon Rider, so it's amazing. Neon Angel, balance is always a big challenge on CCGs. Yes, definitely.
Absolutely.
I think apart from all the technical challenge that means to make a multiplayer game and a multi-platform game if everything goes well.
Hopefully.
Yes, balance is one of the main challenges. In fact, we will have some next streams where we will invite Nico Valdivia, who is the creative director and game designer. He's a bit shy. Nico, would you like to say hi? And on these streams, we will present some of the details of the play testing. We will be working very hard on play testing during the upcoming weeks. ¿Quieres empezar un rato?
No, just... Hi.
There's Nico.
How are you? I'm here just to say hi and I also would like to say thank you to all of you that are supporting us. I'm Nico or Kiltriam or Quiltriam, as some say, on Twitch, but I'm here to really say thank you so much for your support, for the help on to recognize what's going well with the game, what we can make to improve the experience for all of you, and also for maybe most of you have already played and played a lot, like some people here, like, well, all of you. And also, please be atentos.
Keep an eye out.
Keep an eye out, please, on the Discord, because soon we're going to start a new plan for balancing.
So, where were we?
Yes, we were, we are sharing the news about the end of the closed beta and our upcoming plans with the development of Causa. As you may know, this closed beta doesn't end with the open beta, but we will be focusing on the development and having some very interesting content that we will be sharing, an invitation to limited time demos and streaming events. So this is the general context of this talk, this dev chat session, and right before the streaming died, we had Nico inviting you all to keep an eye on the Discord channel because
now we're going to start a new phase of the development, and we would love to have all your participation on a balancing phase where we're going to be talking a lot about how we can make some strategies work out even better than now, or how can we balance or make the game interesting, pushing all the things that make Causa fresh, and if you want to play it, that's a great opportunity to do it.
Yeah.
And also, if the frames went down when I said this, I really want to thanks all of you for your support, for your help, for playing our game, and for being part of the development. Because without you, we could not make a game as we wish, and as also as you would like to have it, or something like that. And now you can keep speaking with the English speaker.
White speaker says Nico exists. Yes, Nico exists. Yes. Yay. And yes, so Nico and the rest of the team will be working very hard in the upcoming weeks in balance. And a very important part of the end of the closed beta, apart from all the feedback you've been giving us on all our social channels, is the survey.
The survey, yes. So if you haven't filled out the survey, please do. The survey is available. Where can I find the survey?
On the Discord.
On the Discord.
Yes.
Hop onto the Discord and find that survey, because having answered the survey is a prerequisite to get some goodies once the open beta comes around. So if you played the closed beta and you haven't answered the survey, you're not getting goodies. So please help us out with that survey. It's really important to get that feedback. Survey is one of the best ways of getting feedback from users. You know, it's great to have streamers come along and tell us the feedback directly, but it's better still to have it all written down in paper where we can analyze it and make some graphs and stuff. Make it look nice and fancy, so we can really know what things are good and what things need fixing.
Yes, I think it's each different channel of feedback gives like a different insight on what's happening, because seeing players try out the game, we were talking about the survey. Yes.
Right. So the survey. If you've played the beta and you haven't answered the survey yet, please do. You need to do it so you can get some goodies. And it's really easy to do. You can just find it. Oh, thank you, Neo Angel, for answering the survey.
Yes.
Thank you so
Neo
much.
Angel, yes.
It's really easy to do. I actually completed the survey myself, and
Maybe you will get some goodies.
hopefully, and yeah, I expect so. Then, and it'll really help us out to help us figure out our strengths and our weaknesses and work on the weaknesses and empower our strengths. You know.
And remember, it's not a raffle. Everyone that answers the survey gets and plays the beta wins prizes.
That's right. That's right.
And what other news do we have today? Regarding the upcoming, we talk a bit about the balance, but there's also, like, this is a very important in terms of content of the game. But there's also new features that we are developing. So at the moment, Gabriel is working in the development of the draft.
Right. So I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say this, but the way the campaign is going to work is it's going to be
very general terms.
Very general terms.
Don't reveal. It will have like a very. We want to make something special.
Yes.
We won't reveal it today because we want to keep you. We want you to stay tuned to our future streams, but we are preparing something special because what can we say in general?
I mean, you already said a really important word. I don't know if we should just repeat it, but you did say a word that kind of gives away how the single player campaign is going to work.
Okay. Yes, I did. Oh my God. Yes. No, we will leave it for another day.
Oh, okay.
But,
okay. No spoilers right now.
It will probably take about a month to have a first playable, not for a demo, but for testing internally.
Hopefully.
Yes. I really believe on the team. They are very efficient programmers.
Put me on the spot in front of the stream. Okay, yeah, okay. We can get it done in a month, hopefully.
Yes.
Maybe. We'll work on it.
Yes, and as soon as we get like a prototype working and we are certain that it's what we are planning works, we will be revealing more information about it. Apart from that, we will also work on the marketplace.
Right, the market.
In the market, apart from the possibility of buying cosmetic items, booster packs, and everything, it's very important because we want to test how it works to use the soft and hard currency.
Mm-hmm.
And this has a lot of impact in the upcoming demos because we need to test the progression of the acquisition of items in the game.
Right, card acquisitions and items and stuff like that. We have all these things kind of in place, but
market hype.
Yeah, we intentionally left the market bit out in the closed beta because we wanted to focus a bit more on the gameplay, on how cards work and what crazy combinations you guys could come up with that maybe we in-house weren't able to put together and see if any of these combinations were really broken or anything. And so far that's been a success, but when we do have the market part coming in, we will have this the wipe that we were talking about, have everyone cleaned up because we need to have that whole experience of acquiring cards and how it feels to get more cards and how you can expand your deck as you get more cards. So that'll be coming up soon, and it's also really important for us to have the market because that's the way we make money. It's a free-to-play game.
Yay.
So if we've got the market and it feels good to spend money and get cards, then awesome. That's actually the goal of the market.
Yes, and we are also aiming to have money is important, but also playtime is important.
Yeah, absolutely,
so
as well.
Hopefully everything will be available for buying, but with soft currency, which is the currency you get by playing. So I hope White Speaker will be able to use his hours of play in items.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay.
What's up?
No, I don't know. White Speaker is laughing, and Uh, there was something I wanted to mention, but I don't remember. Marketplace.
Well, we spoke about
Ah,
the campaign, the marketplace.
yes. Another thing that we will be preparing during these upcoming weeks is the new trailer. Like we will be working on a new trailer. We might be asking for feedback about it on the Discord channel. And trailers. When when can we buy Dragon Rider? When can we buy Causa shirts and pillows? Oh, that would be a dream to have a merchandising.
That'd be really cool.
Yes, yes. No, I hope while it's still like in an early phase and very indie style, it's kind of hard for us to imagine getting into that point, but thanks to all the good feedback and the good reception, as well as the possibilities that we will be working on during these few months, like we will be checking what kind of merchandising tournaments, esports, and stuff, but that's like big dreams.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
But
So,
we still can do some.
yeah, I think it'd be smart to get some pillows. I kind of want one as well. Really. One speaker says 132 hours of farming in the closed beta. Holy cow! That's incredible. Wow.
Oh, and Dragon Rider will have 100 hours less just in 1 week. So, well,
I mean,
speaker,
wow.
you must be aware of that when a open beta or the upcoming demo starts.
Yeah. Dragon's trying to catch up.
Yes, and regarding the trailer, we try to do everything in-house. So it's very hard work to create the script, think about the trailer that can be appealing, because it's one of the main things to promote a game.
Right.
So that's why we will be asking for your feedback on the Discord and see which of the features and stuff of the game should be highlighted in this new trailer. And if you haven't seen the first trailer, it's available on our YouTube channel.
Mhm.
Make sure to subscribe because we're still trying to get more subscribers on the channel, and
Yeah.
we will of course be aiming to get more content on the channel on the upcoming weeks.
Yeah.
Right.
And these streams are always uploaded to YouTube eventually, and not always in the same very day, but eventually all these streams get uploaded to YouTube. So if you missed it, well, and you're watching on YouTube, then hey, welcome from YouTube. Put that like button and subscribe, please. It's really helpful.
Yes, you can do it, says wise speaker. Okay, so I'm not sure if we had something else to share today.
I mean, I kind of wanted to get into the campaign bit, but I guess
No.
we can't. Nope. All right. So, let's see. We spoke about the devlog. We spoke about the upcoming features. We spoke about how the beta things are gonna work, beta weekends.
And also, I think since the last stream, we got other special collaborations that results made a few videos about Causa.
That's right.
In his latest video, he shared and tried some of the decks that Wild Speaker made, and that's so awesome. Yes.
That's great. Yeah.
So thank you so much. In case you are seeing this video,
Thank you so much,
we love
that
you.
resolve.
Yes.
Thank you for the support and for creating content on our games.
Yes.
Really happy to see it, and it's helpful for us as well to get the word out.
Also, Register 50.
Register 50.
Do you remember Register 50?
Yeah, he's from Russia, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just today he shared a Russian translation of our latest article written by Wild Speaker.
Wow, that's crazy. So we've got Wild Speaker, who's Chilean. He writes in Spanish, and he passed it over to me. I translated to English, and that was passed over now to Register 50, who translated into Russian. It's whole collaborative effort here between our in our community. It's wonderful to see.
Yes.
I'm really happy about this.
Yes, we are very excited about all this good stuff happening. So let's keep it up, even if the closed beta ends now. please stay tuned to all our channels. We try to have a direct communication with you in the Discord. Invite your friends to the Discord. We are over 300 people in the Discord.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yes, so I hope the community can keep growing, and we will keep this streaming schedule like at least Thursday at 3 p.m. We will probably address some of the balance and design stuff in the
Right.
next
We'll have Nico here. He'll have to learn some English and get this done so we can talk about how the whole balancing process is going to work. He actually knows English. He's just shy, but we'll get him on the stream and have him help him explain to us how the design decisions came to be and what the different objectives for each character and archetype is supposed to get to.
Oh, thank you so much, Dragon Rider. We are very glad to hear that you think the game has huge potential, and we will make our biggest effort to make it a popular game. I think that's one of the biggest challenges. Like, make a good game. It's one part, but then promoting it and making it visible,
that's a different challenge all in itself.
Yes.
And it's really helpful to have people such as you and such as this wonderful community to help us get the word out, because that's the way to get the game popular, is to have people talk about it, right? So.
And a freaky up, yes, definitely. There's about, I think, 8 hours left of closed
8
beta.
hours, yeah, just about 8 hours left of closed beta. So if you got the game and you've got some 8 hours and you want to play the game. There you go, man. 8 hours still left.
Yes, and if any of you is up for streaming, let us know. We are
Absolutely.
always happy to promote your stream on all our channels, and we will be there. So thank you so much.
Thanks once again. Yep. So once again, thank you so much for being with us. Do keep an eye out on our social media, because we will be posting updates and more opportunities to play the game. And I guess keep sharing as well. Yeah, more people the merrier. So thank you for watching, and we will see you next week with a new stream. Take care now. Bye bye.